Would you look at that? Morning mist dancing upon the grass as the sun rises above the horizon, kissing the sky and remembering who I am. Look at the grid right there, you guys. Look at this grid. I feel like I'm in the Matrix or something right now. Wow. So aligned. Oh my God, I'm just like walking through the park right now, and this park is very symbolic to me. This park represents my childhood. This park represents my upbringing. This park represents my domain, my dominion. I take a lot of pride and ownership in this park. This bench right here, I've meditated many times on this bench. In fact, I've had days where I meditated on this bench and there was a moment where I had reached complete ecstasy. Look at this little chipmunk. Little chipmunk just grooming himself, taking a little shower. Do you see him? He's right there, taking a little shower. Hey, good morning. Yeah, and I just felt like this revelation of kind of, when you have a certain level of nostalgia or like a certain level of experience that happens in a certain location, and your energy body is so deeply attached to it that, when I was sitting in my room and I was getting into my day and planning, and I looked out the window and I saw the way that the light was hitting the sky, and I knew it was going to be a beautiful morning, and I knew that I had to go for a walk in the park. And as I walked out, I just started to sense deeply into the storyline that I was walking into. And I think it's important to reflect on how we're always walking on a different storyline. And these storylines are changing constantly, and as we walk into a storyline, there's two different components of the story. There's the emerging storyline and the emerging kind of quest, and the emerging opportunity or challenge or victory or curiosity or connection or love or whatever it may be. There's that emerging opportunity, and then there's what is emerging from you. There's what is emerging through you, and through what is emerging through you, the experience of witnessing the emerging timeline, the experience of that which is within you coming through you, and the interaction between the two worlds, which is your perception or your perspective, the window through which you see things through. Because the watcher could be the window, and I would like to hope that the watcher was the window. However, the reality is that a lot of times the watcher is watching from within the box of the window and looking through the window, looking out into the world, and sometimes that glass can be a little bit fogged up. Here's my swings. Here's my little gym. They just installed this, of course, like freaking 20 years too late. Come on, guys, get with it. And so we see the world through this perception, this perspective, and are oftentimes, kind of like the camera on a smartphone. That camera can get scuffed up if you drop it too many times, or it can get water in it if you drop it into the pool at a party and dive headfirst into the pool fully clothed. Not to say that hasn't happened to me before. But sorry, I'm a little shaky here, guys. It's freezing out here, and I'm like obviously half clothed. And so as we go on this journey and we start to experience and witness this journey, we can become, if you would, the playwright or the director. And this is where life gets juicy, because if we can decide to get out of the box, right, the box seat, and get into the director's seat, get into that emerging playing field, I feel like it's interesting, because then you see this field and you say, wow, this is my stage, right? And the playwright is bold, right? The playwright is flamboyant and creative and auspicious, and the playwright is this, like, you know, director of the cast, and is willing to go up and tell the starring roles, you know, exactly what they should be doing and how to, you know, embody their role fully. And the playwright also needs to know what is the purpose of the play, right? The playwright needs to have confidence and faith in the story that there will be resolve, right? That there will be a moment of transformation, and that there will be a moment of oneness and reunion with that which the hero is searching for. The hero being the starring role of the movie, right? Or of the play. Play some, what's this stuff called? I can't remember. They just installed this too. So, playing the game, right? Playing the game in the field. Playing the game. I can't remember the name. I've played this game multiple times. So as we step into that role, that power play, right? That power play, we start to say, okay, when you step out of the box, and by any means, guys, like, you can step out of the fucking box anytime you want, right? Like, in this example, I was in my box doing my daily, you know, meditation, and I was, you know, preparing and planning my day. And then I looked outside and I saw the way the light was hitting the sky. And, you know, and I knew that that was going to be a magical moment. I knew there was something out here for me. And look, since then, the light has gone away. I actually didn't even capture the light in this video because I was so entrained by it. But I captured it for just a moment. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. It was just this magical moment of light illuminating the mist. And I just, like, I rose into it, and I just, like, floated into it. And in that moment, there was a moment of magic. And that moment of magic was so fleeting that if I wouldn't have gotten up right at that very moment and went for it, I would have missed the whole opportunity. I would have missed the door of you know, that new hero's journey. And now here I am making this video, capturing that experience, becoming the playwright of this new play. And this new play will then, you know, weave its way into your play, into your experience, and hopefully you will then go and be the inspired playwright of your emerging field, your emerging experience, your emerging play. And I'm hearing the migrating geese who are tuned into the planet, tuned into the changing seasons. There they are. Can you see them up there? They're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way! They'll figure it out eventually. Becoming the playwright. Becoming the playwright. Stepping into the field. And then as you do, as you begin to follow that flow, and as you begin to witness the show unfold, just as you knew, you will then be able to step outside of the window of perception and out of the box seat and into the field where all the magic happens. and you get to embody the character. You get to embody the roles. And as you do this, that is where the magic happens. That is where you become activated. That is where you become illuminated. That is where you become animated with the caricature of the cosmic playwright, right? Because there's so many different archetypes that are unfolding in our reality, and a lot of times those archetypes are actually the paradigms through which we see life through. They're the window of perception that we see life through, oftentimes. And we embody those archetypes consciously or unconsciously. And so the more that we can become aware of that, the more that we can begin to call forth those archetypes and embody those archetypes and allow those roles to play through us and allow the universe to express itself and experience that life experience of being able to fully and radically live out its archetypal existence. And that's beautiful. What a gorgeous life to live. What an entertaining life for the universe to experience, right? Isn't that why we're here? To allow the universe to exist through